Joining me right now is Ethan Duniam. He will be fighting on August 17th at Diamondback Fighting Championship 6 in the co-main event for their inaugural lightweight title versus Greg Atzori. What's going on, Ethan?
Yeah, not much. How about yourself?
Same old thing, man. Ethan, this is a rematch, 2 years in the making. How satisfying is it to get a chance at redemption and also have a championship up for grabs?
Yeah, look, it's something I've wanted to do for a while. Like I've lost a couple fights that I'd like to get a chance to have a second crack at. Being for a title though, just extra motivation to get the win this time.
When you look back at the first encounter under the Brace banner, what is your assessment of your performance on that night?
I definitely missed a few opportunities. He was a lot better on. Like I knew he was really good at jiu-jitsu, but probably a lot better than I did expect. He's a long guy. He can catch the back from just about anywhere. I feel like I had a bit more luck striking, especially in the third round. I probably should have dug in a bit more and pushed it a little bit. But yeah, I feel like I ran out of time a bit. So I'm hoping over this next one with the 5 rounds, I get more of a chance to push it a bit.
Yeah, you spent 15 minutes in the cage together, which means you are very familiar with each other. Has that made a big difference in the way you have prepared for this clash?
No, to be honest, I prepare for all fights pretty much the same. Like it's been 2 years, so I don't know what he's been up to. He could have a completely different skill set going on. I know he's beaten quite a few young guys in the last few years, so like he's obviously still at it, still improving, getting better. So just trying to stay ready for whatever he brings.
This is not the first time you've prepared for a 25-minute title fight. What are some changes you make in your training camp compared to preparing for a 3-round battle?
So obviously I've got to be ready to pace myself a little bit where necessary. When I fought those 5-5s a couple of years back, it was first time I'd ever done it, and I noticed that it's definitely different. Like you still keep a high pace, keep the action going, but you gotta dig a little deeper. I guess that's why they have it as the championship rounds. Yeah, just making sure I've got that extra cardio in the tank for rounds 4 and 5 to dig deep if I need to. Every
fighter evolves every fight. What parts of your game have you elevated since that 2016 fight?
I've definitely done some work on my wrestling defense, and been working on striking as well. So trying to sit in on my punches a bit more, work some combos together. So I definitely didn't have that going last time. So hopefully I can bring that into the cage this time around.
You just mentioned wrestling defense and striking. So do you plan on working on the feet more in this fight?
Look, I always plan to, but sometimes the other guy's got something going on, so plan goes out the window a bit. I definitely like to keep it standing. Like I think he's a brown belt in jiu-jitsu. He's like I said, he's quite good at getting to the back and quite dangerous on the back. So obviously I'd like to avoid that wherever possible. Yeah, like he's a long guy. He could throw up triangles all day and be a safe distance. So like I don't want to be putting myself in dangerous positions I don't need to.
You have a background in Wing Chun. How much of that particular martial art translates well into your MMA game?
You're right. So the Wing Chun that I practiced isn't really traditional Wing Chun. So it came down through a guy called Rick Spain, who had his own professional kickboxing career, and changed the footwork a bit, added in some round kicks and stuff. Like it's not what you see on the movies, and it's not the same Wing Chun you see guys getting the shit beat out of them on YouTube videos every other week. Like it's a bit different, quite a lot different really. Like we don't even do forms exactly the same. Yeah, so the principles, so the core principles are quite good. Yeah, so they translate quite well to any combat really. So as long as you keep the core principles and stay flexible on the rest of it, it all translates pretty well.
When you envision this fight in your head, what do you see?
Look, I do think it's going to be a close fight. It'll probably go for a few rounds. I don't see an early finish happening. Like, we've both got some experience. So I reckon it'll be a close, tough fight, and I've prepared for that with that in mind. So I'm making sure I'm ready for that.
You won a title in 2016 for Minotaur. What makes this title different?
Straight off the bat, it's a bigger promotion. DFC is probably one of the bigger ones about at the moment. Minotaur, I don't even think they've had a show for a few years now. Like, it's cool winning a title, but DFC is definitely a bigger one, and I'm really excited about the opportunity to pick that one up. It'll be great.
You've had a few fights with DFC. What makes you keep going back to perform for that promotion?
It's just like a really, really well-run show. Probably the better one that I've been on. It's a great venue. The promoter and his immediate guys around him that are like delegating the other work, like, they're all like great people. I really enjoy heading over there and fighting. It's a good crowd. Like, the production of the actual show itself is quite good. The service you get from the second you get off the plane to getting back on, it's great. Like, they're just really doing a good job.
Most guys, when they fight close to home. But being a fighter from Tasmania, is there a chip on your shoulder since you have to travel to every location to compete?
Like a little, I guess. Like, I know I'm always going to be going into someone else's backyard, and they don't want to give up a win in front of their friends and family. But kind of just comes with it being a Tasmanian. There's one promotion here doing professional bouts, but they're just getting up and running now. So it might be a while, but I'd eventually like to have another couple fights here in Tasmania. But yeah, there's definitely is like an opinion a lot of people tend to have of Tasmanian fighters. Like, I don't think there's much to them, but trying to change that opinion a bit. There's plenty of good Tasmanian fighters that have done really well over the last 4 or 5 years. So just trying to follow that wave, really.
So I guess a goal of yours could be to bring one of these major promotions to Tasmania and have a show and main event that thing with the title on the line.
Yeah, look, that'd be great if it was in a promotion's budget. I'd definitely be up for that. It'd be amazing to have a big fight on a big show back home someday. So I don't know if Craig's got that in his budget. We'll have to have a chat to him later. But no, it would be fantastic. Hopefully it all aligns. It just may not happen, but I'd love it too.
You're young, you have a title fight coming up, but I'm pretty sure you have things that you want to accomplish in your MMA career. What are some of those things?
I just want to stay active, keeping 3 fights a year. After this one, I want to actively defend that title if I win it. Obviously, there's other titles in Australia that are important as well that I'd like to have a chance at fighting for. And as well as that, there's some really, really exciting lightweights in the top 5 at the moment, and I'd love a chance to have a crack at some of those guys. So just big fights really is what I'm after. I want to finish my career and be able to look back at really reminisce about these fights that I had with these other great fighters, and I think that would be definitely a goal of mine.
If you could give a pre-fight message to Greg, what would you say to him?
I'm just looking forward to the chance to have another go with him. He's a nice guy. We chatted quickly after the last bout. No ill will feeling towards the guy at all. He's a nice guy. He's he's really a pioneer of the sport. I think he's been fighting professionally for about 18 years. It's a long storied career. So I'm just looking forward to having another go.
Seems like you guys have a lot of mutual respect for each other, which means that you guys are going to step in there and go at it, and it's going to be fun to watch. August 17th, Diamondback Fighting Championship 6, co-main event. the first ever lightweight title is on the line. Ethan, thanks for your time, and good luck to you, man.
No worries. Thank you.